So, Commander Johnson, Major Federico, members of the North York branch of the Navy of Canada, distinguished guests, and most importantly, the Sea Cadets of RSSC Ontario, ladies and gentlemen, 3 years ago, I signed on as commanding officer. As I signed on as commanding officer, I looked at the Corps. Not many of you were there 3 years ago. The Corps had only one division, and it was notoriously difficult to get cadets to participate in any trips and events planned by the officers. Sometimes a bus was secured for parade or a trip and only 6 cadets would attend. The Corps was housed at TMFRC, which is a daycare center for families, which, although it was a good location, it really lacked what we need, like a drill deck. Most of our training was heavily academic, and there were next to zero drill and sports training. My predecessor did a great job fixing all our administrative issues. However, I knew that if I was to take command, I needed to take the Corps in a different direction, change course and speed. I wanted to make Ontario attractive to our cadets, to make training relevant to what the cadets want to learn, to ensure our standards were so high that Ontario cadets would struggle to achieve. It was never my intention to make it easy for you to be an Ontario cadet. It was my intention to ensure that you get what you put in the program. If you work hard for me, I work hard for you. There's no cost to be a member of the cadets, but it is not free, especially under my command. I knew that in order to build our standards, I had to build bridges with our branch. It was a difficult task for them because I pushed them very hard. I wanted to build bridges with our Navy cadets because a lot of them were going to Air or Army, and I wanted them here. So I pushed them even harder. Although we're still paving the road on that bridge that we built, it is built on solid ground. After a lot of debate, we planned and executed Operation Block, which was our trip to the Niagara Frontier. Our trip was not just like any cadet trip. It was a trip back in time as we visited the sites and heard the stories of the Battle of 1812. On many recreational trips, many cadet units do away with uniforms, allowing cadets the freedom to enjoy themselves. But at Ontario, under my command, I was not going to have any of that. So we stormed out Kristen Heights in full uniform with polished boots. At least you got a good idea how it was back in 1812, even though you weren't carrying a 10-pound bag of supplies. But I believe this trip was a pinnacle of our time together, because it cemented our Corps as one cohesive unit. We knew that we could count on each other. We finally started to grow as a unit. Being commanding officer is such an honor that one does not leave alone. The secret of any commanding officer is to be able to learn, to listen to advice, and then decide which advice to take. In my experience, I have been lucky to have some stellar supports and mentors, which I wish to recognize today. Lieutenant Armstrong, I thank you for coming to Ontario, most importantly for accepting being my XO for a second time. Your advice and knowledge were always a big asset to me, and I knew that if Ontario was to succeed under my command, your patience and care would help me make me a better commanding officer. Lieutenant Dean, your push for simplicity and fun, care and compassion were very important to me, and you made a significant change in our unit and in my style of command. Thank you too for taking my offer to come to Ontario and to once again allow me to be your commanding officer. Sub-Lieutenant Woodger, who is wise beyond his years, intelligent and mature, who has always accepted any task, no matter how difficult it was, without any hesitation. Sub-Lieutenant Shaheen, who is passionate about the program and who is always ready to provide alternatives to any issue we encounter. Sub-Lieutenant Shaheen has the capability of seeing the positive in any difficulty and does not shy away from tough times. Sierra Litherland and Sierra Robson, I'm so glad that both of you decided to join the Cadet Instructor Squadron. You are both knowledgeable and an enormous asset to this unit. Ontario has a bright, prosperous future with both of you in the Corps. Chief Big Elsa First Class Park, who has been our steady rock which allowed us to build the foundation of this unit. A good concept is the glue that binds the unit together and inspires loyalty. You have done a tremendous job of that. And our branch, Stephanie, Nancy, Joe, Giselle, and Carolina, and the entire branch, who are the soldiers looking out for the best interests in our core branch, and who know so well how to be firm but fair. Without your support, we could not have come as far as we have. What an adventure we had together. What an adventure. I will certainly miss you. I'd like to thank our new CO, Lieutenant Lee, for stepping up to the task. We have known each other for about 20 years, and throughout this time, we had a great time together. I will never forget our trip to Chicoutimi, when we were at Vanguard. It was your new CO's idea to go tubing down an enormous snowy hill and to link arms together so we could go faster down that same hill. We linked about 4 officers and 1 senior cadet, and we jetted downhill. However, at the bottom of the hill, there was a sharp curve to the left. We did not see that, and we acquired a lot of speed. When we got to that bottom, we took off flight. Off we went, head first into the snow, all the way up to our knees. So as I swim up the snow, I see a head popping out of the snow right to my right, and it's your new commanding officer with a big smile on her face. Let me tell you one thing, Ontario, you're in for a ride. In closing, I'd like to thank you all for letting me into your lives. In Portuguese, we often call it the spring of life. It was an honor for me to be in this ride with you. And although I may no longer be your commanding officer, I will always be your friend. Thank you.